Hello friends, welcome to my channel, and in this video we are going to see how do we find the cube root of a number using the bisection method. Now let's see what is bisection method before we solve this. Suppose we have a curve y equal f of x and which is continuous in nature, and if it is crossing x axis and this x axis wherever it is crossing, this should be the root. Now this bisection method is used to find the root of the equations. Now the equation, let us say y is equal to f of x. Now we will assume the 2 points, let the 2 points here be A and this point be B. Now where f of A is negative and f of B is positive. Now if we multiply these two things, it is a negative. If one is positive and one is negative, that means the root should be somewhere in between A and B. Therefore, what we will do, we will find the midpoint of A and B. Let the midpoint of A and B be C, which is A plus B by 2, and suppose this is A plus B by 2. Suppose this is C, which is A plus B by 2. Now again, let us assume that this will give the positive value. That means the root should be anywhere between A and C. Again we will divide this A and C and we find the midpoint. And how do you find the midpoint? You say A plus C divided by 2. Let D be the midpoint. Let D be A plus C divided by 2. Now we know that C is positive and D is negative. That means the root should be anywhere between C and D. And let us assume that E is the midpoint where you get C plus D divided by 2, and let us call this as E. Now E is positive and D is negative, that means the root should be somewhere between D and D. Again you bisect it. Therefore it is called as bisection method. And this is how the root of the equation is being found out. Now we want to find the cube root of a given equation. Suppose if I say let x be the cube root of n. Let me say let x be the cube root of n. This I can write it as x cube is equal to n, or x cube minus n is equal to 0. Now this is equal to y equal to f of x. Therefore I can write it as f of x is equal to x cube minus n. Now n is the any given number and where x is the cube root of n. Is that okay? Now what is n? N is the input, the given number, input real number, and x is the cube root of n. And this particular equation we are going to solve using the bisection method. Now let me take the value of n as 69. Any value you can take. Let's take it as 69 and let us see how do we find using the bisection method. We have the equation f of x is equal to x cube minus n. Now let the value of n be say 69. It is x cube minus 69. Now what is the first point we need to do? If suppose this is the graph, I need to find a point A where f of x is negative, and I need to find a point B where f of x is positive, so that I can apply the bisection method. Now how do we find a point A and point B? Normally what we do, the least value of x is minus infinity to plus infinity. Now since we are finding the cube root of a number and we assume that this cube root of a number it will be a positive answer, it's a positive answer because we are taken n as positive. Now it's a given real number of a positive real number, and if n is positive, that means the least value will be from 0 and it goes up to plus infinity. The negative side we neglected because we assume the value of n is greater than 0. That's the input, that is what we assume. Okay, how do we find the point A and B? What we do, we start from 0. We say f of 0 is equal to 0 cube minus 69, which is less than 0. Therefore, whenever x is 0, y will be somewhere negative over here. Therefore, it is on the negative side. Let's say f of 1 is equal to 1 cube minus 69. It is again less than 0. Therefore, for 0, if it is the answer, for 1, the answer would be somewhere over here. Is that okay? Now then we say f of 2 is equal to 2 cube minus 69. It is again less than 0. The answer would be somewhere over here. Then we say f of 3 is equal to 3 cube minus 69. Again it is less than 0. The answer would be somewhere over here. Then we say f of 4 is equal to 4 cube minus 69. It is again less than 0. The answer might be somewhere over here. We don't know. I am just drawing it. And f of 5 is equal to 5 cube minus 69, and this value is greater than 0. This is over here. Now we have find a point A which is 4, and we have find a point B which is 5. Therefore, the root should lie between 4 and 5. Therefore, the root should lie between 4 and 5. Now, what we will do, we will draw a table and we will see how do we find the root. Okay, now first the negative value. What is the negative value that we have taken? It is the 4 where we have got. Next is the positive value where we have got is 5. Now the root should be somewhere between 4 and 5. Bisect between 4 and 5. That means you need to find the midpoint. And what is the midpoint? 4 plus 5 divided by 2 is 4.5. Then you need to calculate f of 4.5. Is it f of 4.5? Is it on the positive side or is it on the negative side? Therefore, here we write f of mid. Here we write f of mid. And f of 4.5 is 22.125. You can calculate it. It is 22.125. Now, this 22.125 is positive, therefore this 4.5 will be somewhere over here, f of 4.5. Hence, the root should now lie between 4 and 4.5. Are you getting it? Root should lie between 4 and 4.5. That means, since f of mid is positive, the positive value should be replaced in the next iteration. Negative remains 4, positive will become 4.5. Now, the midpoint of these two is 4.25. Is 4.25. Let's find the answer. It is 7.765625. Now that means 4.25 is also positive. This is somewhere 4.25. I am just writing randomly. The answer is between 4 and 4.25. Now since you got this as positive, positive value should be replaced. Now this is 4. This is 4.25. The midpoint is 4.125. And if you solve 4.125, you get 1.18945. And how do you solve this? You just have to put 4.125 in this equation and you solve, you get 1.18945. Now this 4.125 is also positive. This is 4.125. Therefore the root is between 4 and 4.125. Since it is positive, replace the positive value by mid 4, 4.125. Now if you take the midpoint of this, it is 4.0625, and if you solve f of mid, the answer that you get is minus 1.95288. That means 4.0625 is negative. 4.0625 is negative. This is somewhere 4.0625. Now the answer is between 4.125 and 4.0625. Now since it is negative, replace the negative value by mid and we say 4.0625. The positive value remains same, 4.125, and what we need to do, we need to compute the midpoint. We need to compute the midpoint. Now what is the midpoint of this? The midpoint of this is 4.09375. Now if you compute 4.09375, it is minus 0.3937. Is that okay? Now since it is negative, replace the negative by the mid value. That means the answer should be somewhere between 4.09375 and 4.125. The answer should be somewhere in between this. Now again, if you take the midpoint, you get 4.109375, and if you compute f of 4.109375, you get 0.39486. We get 0.39486. Now since this is positive, replace the positive by this. Hence the answer should be somewhere 4.09375 and 4.109375. Now if we again bisect it, we get 4.101562.5, and if you take the f of this, it is minus 0.0001. Now this is accurate to 4 decimal places. We have got the answer, and whenever we will get the accurate to 4 decimal places or whatever is the epsilon value we take, we may stop the procedure. That means we need to have the error range over here, and we can assume the error range that we want is 10 to the power minus 4, or else we cannot go on doing it forever. Right, whenever this error range is in the range of 10 to the power minus 4, you may stop it because it is accurate to 4 decimal places. And whenever we stop, whatever is at the mid, that will be the answer. Therefore, cube root of 69 is 4.1015625, and this is how we solve using the bisection method. And you see over here that it is being repeated again and again till f of mid is in the error range. Therefore, we can use the iteration or the loops. Now, the first loop will be to find out the exact value of a and b, or the value of positive and negative that I have taken, negative and positive. Then whenever you get f of mid as positive, replace the positive, and whenever you get f of mid as negative, replace the negative by the mid value. And at each iteration, we need to check whether f of mid has reached the error range or not. If it has reached the error range, no need less than or equal to epsilon error, no need to continue. We stop over there, and mid will be the answer. Therefore, this is the perfect case of using the loops, because we have iterations and iterations. Now, it is being said it is the cube root of a number. Can you find the fourth root of a number? Yes, you just have to say x to the power 4 minus 69, and the same procedure will be followed. Therefore, this bisection method is used to find any root of the equation. Hence, you can find kth root of a number using the bisection method. You can find kth root of a number using bisection method. You just have to say x to the power k minus n. Is that okay? And we solve using this method. Now let us see how do we implement this using the program. Thank you. Let us see how do we write the code for this particular thing. We say stdio.h epsilon, the error range. We need the cube root of n. Now, whenever we say cube root of n, first we need to find two values a and b, for which a is negative and b is positive. That is what we have did it. Now, let's take the two numbers. We say double, and I say positive and comma negative, and we say double negative. Now, positive is b and negative is a for us. Now, we did not initialize any values as of now, therefore positive and negative it's garbage. We need to find the values where it converges, hence we say for I is 0 till where 1 will be positive and where 1 will be negative. We do not have any idea, therefore we don't use any condition and we say I++. Now, what is the first thing we need to do? We need to compute f of x is equal to x cube minus n. Is that okay? Now the value of x is nothing but 0. Therefore we have taken here I. Okay, let me take it as x itself. X equals 0, x plus plus. Now this is x cube, x is 0. I need to compute what is f of 0. Assume that n is 69. Now how do I compute it? X cube minus 69. That is what we need the answer as. Therefore, let us say double r is equal to x into x into x minus n. Is that okay? That is x cube minus n. Now, x cube minus n is 0 cube minus n. And what is 0 cube minus n? It is minus 69. Hence, the value of r will be minus 69. Now, is minus 69 less than 0? Yes. That means you got something on the negative side. Therefore, you need to store in the negative variable. Hence, how do we write it? We say if r is less than 0. If it is negative, store on negative. What is the negative answer as of now? The negative answer as of now is 0. Therefore, we say negative is equal to x. Now, what will be the value of negative? The value of negative is equal to x. And what is the value of x? 0. Now, what is the value of positive as of now? The value of positive is garbage. Now, the question comes, then how do I come out of the loop? How do I come out of the loop? How I know that when should I come out of the loop? It's very simple. What we will do, we will initialize the positive value to int max. Now, what is int max? It is plus infinity. In case, it's the largest integer value that it can be stored, that is 2 to the power 31 minus 1. We assume it as infinity because you cannot store more than that in case of integers. Hence, this int max we assume as a infinity. It's not an infinity value, it's 2 to the power 31 minus 1. More than that value that you cannot store in an integer range, because we are taking the integer value over here. X is 0, 1, 2 and so on. You cannot store it. Hence we assume that as an infinity. Now this int max is defined in limits.h. Hence we need to say hash include limits.h. Now what about this negative value? Negative value we store it as int min. Now int min is the minimum value that you can store, and it is minus 2 to the power 31. Now to begin with, this is int max and this is int min. This is int min. Okay, now we say x is 0, r is negative, therefore negative is equal to x, which is 0. Now you say x plus plus, the value of x will become 1. You say r is equal to 1 cube minus 69, again it is negative. Is r less than 0? Yes, negative equal to x. Hence the value of negative will become 1. X plus plus 2, again it is negative, the value of negative will become 2. X plus plus 3, the value of r is again negative, therefore negative will become 3. X plus plus 4, the value of r is again negative, therefore again it becomes 4. X plus plus 5, now see here, 5 cube minus 69 is positive, therefore it is not negative, hence I need to say else positive is equal to x. Now what is the value of positive? 5. Now whenever you get both the values, that means negative is not equal to int min and positive is not equal to int max, you need to stop, and we are sure that the roots are between 4 and 5. This is the time to break. Hence, what we write over here, what should be the condition? Condition is positive. Why? How long you should continue? Till the value of positive equal to int max and the value of negative is equal to int min, you need to continue the procedure. Hence we say, while positive is equal int max, now int max is a macro, or negative equal int min, or negative equal int min, we need to continue the procedure by saying x plus plus. Now go to this loop, positive is 5, 5 equal int max, no, 4 equal int min, no, that means both the conditions are false. You come out of this loop, and we know that the answer is somewhere between 4 and 5. The answer is somewhere between 4 and 5. Now when does this convergence happens? We don't know when does the convergence will happen. Negative is 4 and positive is 5. Therefore, we need to write an infinite loop over here. We say while 1, because we don't know when it's going to merge. The first thing is find the midpoint. And how do you find the midpoint? You say mid is equal to positive plus negative divided by 2. Positive plus negative whole divided by 2. Now positive is double, negative is also double. Hence mid should also be a double variable, which is 4.5. Now you need to compute f of 4.5, that is 4.5 cube minus n. And let's store the answer again in R. How do we say? We say mid cube, mid into mid, that is 4.5 whole cube minus n. The value of n is 69. Now you get some value of R. We know that the value of R is 22 point something. Already we have solved it. It is R is 22.125. Now this 22.125 is way larger than the epsilon value. Now if it is less than or equal to epsilon value, we need to stop. Hence we write if FABS of, why FABS? Because it's a real number. FABS of R, if it is less than or equal to epsilon, then what we do, we break from this infinite loop. Now it is not less than or equal to epsilon because it is positive. Now if it is positive, replace the positive value by mid, and if it is negative, replace the negative value by mid. That's the next thing. Hence we say if R is greater than 0, if R is greater than 0, replace the positive value by mid. We say replace the positive value by mid. Else replace the negative value by mid. Already I explained this procedure, and some point it will come out of the loop, and whenever it comes out of the loop, mid will be the answer. Hence we say printf cube root is percentage LF comma mid. Cube root is percentage LF comma mid. This is how we find the cube root of a number using the bisection method. I hope you have understood this. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel and share the channel to your friends. Please write in the comment section about this video. Thank you.
For the online paid courses of C programming, data structures using C, and analysis and design of algorithms, you may contact at the given email ID, and you may download the following app. The app link is being given in the description section. Thank you.